In this video, we are going to go over the Actions tab. So from your dashboard, click on the Actions and you will see this thing. Now the Actions tab are used to handle all the inputs and the outputs of any specific API action. So whatever variables that you want to input, whether it be, let's say, user ID or API key, or let's say maybe some variable, and then whatever result that you get from the that action will also have to be mapped in this section. One thing to make clear, you can have the flow ready, but until and unless an action is attached to it, it will not appear on the main menu, on the mini app menus to select. Now in order to create a new action, you can click on new action at the top. From here, you will see two things, name and title. The name should be unique, so let's go with delete users, and then the title can be delete user. You can click on save, and once saved, you will see something like this. Click on edit, and you will see all these fields. The description and guidance tabs are used to provide more details regarding what the action does and how you can use it. The type can be any of the CRUD type. So if you are reading any data, fetching any data, you can map it as label it as read. If you are creating something or pushing something or posting something, you can go with update or create. And then for now, we can just go with delete because we are deleting a user. Of course, this is optional. Another thing that is optional is the folders tab. So sometimes when you have a lot of mini app actions, you tend to structurize them in a folders. So you can select any folder from here where you want to keep this action. And then at the very bottom, you have two fields called inputs and outputs. Let's add an input. So the input can be here for would be user ID, and here you can select which type of the variable it will be. So let's just keep it as string. I'll make it a required field, and then here I will save this in user ID app field, and then click on save. And then the output here, you will have to map it to the custom user field, or whichever variable your API is saving the data to. So now let's name it as let's say user JSON, and then user JSON, and then here let's select user details JSON. Once done, you can click on save. Here's the action. Now you have to choose a subflow, click on this, and then click on create action. Once this is done, your action is integrated with your flow. Let's go and check at the flow. If you go to the flow, this one, edit flow, you can see that we need the user ID, which we are taking from the input. And if you go to the response field here, you can see that I'm saving whatever details that are coming here into the user details JSON. So once confirming that my outputs and my inputs are fine, and click on save, click on publish, and my actions are ready to go. Now, one more thing that we need to see here is you can have multiple inputs. So for example, let's create a new input. So for example, you want to select, let's say, any type, and let's save it in plan. So let's name it plan. Now here you have two options called select and checkbox. If you click on select, you will have the choice to fetch the data from a source. If it's a static source, you can edit it directly inside the mini app. If it's a dynamic source, you can edit it directly from the API. We will dive more into the sources later. For now, that's it for this video. Have a nice day.